Hello, friends. It is your friendly neighborhood acupuncturist extraordinaire, Dr. Barbie Wasson with RiverPoint Family Acupuncture, and this is RiverPoint's podcast, where we get to the point on all things acupuncture, health, and vitality in the River Valley. Today, we are talking about hormones and women's health, and I love this topic because hormonal symptoms rarely travel alone for women and make for really interesting cases in clinic. These symptoms show up in packs, well-developed and loud: mood swings, acne, irregular cycles, painful periods, fatigue, bloating, sleep issues, weight loss resistance, fertility struggles. The list goes on. Most women do not have one symptom. They have 5. They have 10. They have an entire symphony of symptoms. And what do they usually hear? Your labs look normal. So they bounce from test to test looking for a number to explain how they feel, and when the numbers fall within range, they are told, sorry, everything's fine, or this is just the normal aging process and these symptoms are to be expected. But you do not feel fine, do you? And you have a sneaking suspicion this is anything but normal, and you don't want to expect the symptoms you're having. And I suspect these types of answers are given when the practitioner is out of solutions for some pretty complex and not so well understood problems. I like to think about hormones as not working in isolation, but instead as a conversation. Your brain talks to your ovaries talk back. Your adrenals jump in, and then your thyroid weighs in, and then your gut has its own commentary it likes to announce loud and proud. This communication runs on timing and rhythm, feedback loops, blood flow, nutrient status, sleep quality, stress levels, even the weather and daylight play a role in how your body responds to the conversation. And to make matters more complicated, you have your own individual optimal ranges, and the lab range is not the same thing as your individual optimal range. So where do we go from here? Well, we look at how you are feeling. Revolutionary, I know. When communication is clear, symptoms are quiet. When communication breaks down, symptoms multiply and increase in volume. Symptoms are absolutely part of the conversation and need to be listened to. And what is one of the quickest ways to make a change to your symptoms? Stress management. Yeah. Stress is one of the biggest disruptors of hormone balance because we are wired to respond to stress immediately, while it takes a front row seat to all of our other bodily processes. Chronic stress actually shuts down our normal processes and can scramble the conversation, or at least change it into what are the most vital processes and how do we survive right now, instead of what we need for calm, optimal function in a safe environment. Blood sugar swings also confuse and change the conversation. Poor sleep interrupts repair. Over time, the system loses coordination, and what started as mild PMS becomes heavier bleeding. What started as cycle changes becomes acne, mood swings, or stubborn weight gain. This is why symptoms change month to month and year to year. It's not random. It's an issue of communication, and this is where acupuncture shines. Instead of chasing one hormone level, we work to get you out of chronic stress mode and start to restore the conversation. We improve blood flow to the reproductive organs. We regulate the stress response so the brain can send clear signals. We support cycle timing and digestion so your gut can be a little bit quieter. We signal the body to calm inflammation. We help the nervous system to shift out of survival mode. And when we do all of these things, patients often notice predictable and more manageable cycles. PMS softens, energy stabilizes, skin improves, emotional swings feel less intense. This systems-based approach works beautifully for PMS, PCOS, fertility support, and perimenopausal transitions because it meets you where you are each month. Every treatment adapts. If you ovulated late, we adjust. If stress was high, we adjust. If sleep was off, you got that right, we adjust. Your body is telling us what it needs. Our job is to listen and adjust accordingly. If your hormones feel loud, chaotic, unpredictable, or altogether absent, the issue often lies in communication, not failure. Acupuncture helps bring the conversation back online, and when communication improves, symptoms quiet down. If you are tired of being told your labs are normal, but you feel anything but normal, it might be time to stop chasing numbers and start restoring communication. If your cycles feel unpredictable, if your moods feel louder than you'd like, if your energy disappears halfway throughout the day, or if your skin, sleep, or weight feel out of sync, let's look at the whole conversation and mediate where necessary. At RiverPoint, every treatment is customized to where you are at in your cycle, your stress level, and your goals. We do not treat lab ranges, we treat you. You can schedule online at riverpointacu.com or call the office to talk to a real human. Her name is Keely, and she is fantastic. We will help you figure out your next best step. Your body is not failing. It is telling you what it needs and asking for better coordination. Let's steer the conversation back to a well-orchestrated and balanced system. That is it for today's RiverPoints podcast. With wishes of wellness and happy conversations, I'm Dr. Barbie Wasson, your hormone translator and chief chaos coordinator.